I don't know if you gotten into any stories that op stories you can talk about with Ian on the last one, but I know we always with guys that come on, what you can talk about. I don't want to get you. I don't want to get you in trouble with the board reviewing.
No.
But man, even funny, just the goofiest shit. Because I think people, if they listen to our show, they understand now that combat actually is goofier than shit. Or just being in country, it's so much goofy stuff that's fun that goes on. And where they thought it was just a cool guy blowing stuff up, shooting rounds, do you have any I want any good ludicrous, doesn't have to be funny, it can be completely ridiculous stories, stories, man.
I'll give you two, and this is one I know it's come up from Ian before. It's not necessarily a war story so much, but this always, I guess, gets some interest in that. But there's two. The first one is, again, when I finally kind of got into this community, and again, I'm still the guy on the outside, and in most cases I'm just a booger eater. I'm not an operator, I'm just an intel dude. And so because I knew something about this particular area and stuff where these guys were going, I was going to be part of this crew. So in walked the studs, and we're kind of in the group, and not a lot of these guys really even knew themselves either, because there's kind of a smattering of guys from different places. And they said, just for the sake of OPSEC and stuff, let's just kind of go to call signs, just because it's just the best thing to do in this situation. And we had a couple foreign guys and stuff, so that was the best thing to do. So the guy's like, well, how do you want to do it? They're like, well, let's just do it like bears. And so I'm like kind of just sitting there kind of towards the back. They're kind of in there. And so the guy's like, oh, be black bear, be brown bear, be grizzly bear, be Kodiak bear. I'm like, shit, you're running out of bears. And I'm like, polar bear. And I'm like, shit, I don't even know. Well, when I was in Indian Guides, I was bear claw. So I'm like, I'll just be bear claw.
Oh no.
Like, what is a bear claw? Like a donut? The guy's like, dude, there's no such thing as a bear claw as a donut. And like, yeah, it is like a pastry thing. It's like a fritter. The guy like, fritter.
That's fritter.
Dude, I was fritter. And for the longest time, when I saw some of these other guys, again, if I had like my notebook out or something like that, they'd write down, fritter. On the top of that thing.
Dude, that is an awesome call sign. Did you embrace that? That's your call sign.
It just kind of was, But again, I'm the guy left back at home, so it's like, if anybody needed anything, they just fritter. But it wasn't like, fritter.
That's dude, that is one of the best call sign stories, and I've been through a lot. That's one of the best ones I've ever heard. Your call sign. I always tell people, it's like Harry Potter's wand, dude. The call sign finds you. You don't find your call sign. You don't make your own. The call sign will find you, and it just fits. That is fucking perfect. I was thinking you're going to say, call me Gummy Bear. That's what I was thinking. But honestly, the fritter story is even better. I love that. That's fucking awesome.
So that's one. The other one was years later. I worked a lot with Dave Grange, General Grange, and so he was starting a company, asked if I could come in there and help as an intel dude.
Dude, that's a Ranger legend, man. That's fucking Ranger Hall of Famer, big time. Yeah,
good guy. But with all the legend and stuff, I could still say hands down, he with maybe a couple college buddies are the guys that I've laughed the hardest with in my whole life. He's just a hilarious dude. So we've got this project. It's a commercial project where this guy was embezzling money from his company, or actually we thought it was somebody else. And so Dave had a lawyer, and they were asking, could we do this type of stuff? And he's like, you need like a forensic accountant. So once again, I'm like, I can figure that shit out. And so he sends me down to Houston, Texas, and I'm starting to do this forensic investigation. And it turns into a bigger thing. We find out that it's not who we thought it was, but it was actually the owner of the company that was stealing the money. And I guess it's public knowledge. His name's Dave Brown, or Dr. Brown was the hand surgeon down there.
Wow.
So we end up kind of taking over the company to kind of govern it and stuff like that. Well, this place turned into like a circus, and all of a sudden Grange is coming down there, and then we're getting death threats and bomb threats because lo and behold, there's drugs involved, there's guns involved, there's mafia involved and stuff like that. So he's bringing in dudes from the unit. He's bringing cops and stuff. We got Colonel Tim Heineman is like kind of running the operations center there and stuff. And we're doing all this stuff. And we got guys rolling in heavy with Suburbans that are, bulletproof and stuff like that. And, after a while, we're having to manage this company. Not a lot of us knew how to manage a medical company.
Wow.
And so this dude had a farm, and on the farm, he had all these exotic animals. And so as the company is going bankrupt and we're trying to figure out how to manage the company, we couldn't really figure it out. So we start selling the animals.
Shit.
So there's like days when like, we can't make payroll. What are we gonna do? We gotta sell a giraffe.
Wait, where is this?
It's in Houston.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking of like Tiger King and all that crazy shit in like northern Florida where people buy that stuff.
And like, what do we have left? We need like 3 gazelles. Do we have 3 gazelles?
How the fuck do you sell a giraffe? Would you go on eBay and put on?
They're like brokers. I don't know. They probably had like some like 90-year-old guy taking a last shot or something, putting in his backyard. I don't know. Maybe it went to the meet. I don't know. But I could tell you that they were like, after a while, the only way we could save this company is like playing Noah's Ark and like pick that one. Like, give me an emu.
Was it like those characters on Tiger King? Was it those type of like crazy,
it was like it was
or...
caricature. Every guy that we were involved with was a caricature of what he could be, should be, and it was nuts. I mean, we were out there like trying to find like the holy grail, like drilling safes and shit like that, because it was like we went into like Bosnia or something, but it was really just this medical thing. And I think we probably went a little bit over the top in some of this stuff, but it's what we knew. So how would you win and influence people for the hearts and minds? And how would you do this? And we had like briefing, and Heineman sometimes is like doing a Carver thing, and all these doctors are looking at it like, what's Carver? But it was good time. And
that does sound like 100% and then some, man. You guys really did as far as going in there and doing everything. I know this is probably a ridiculous question, but how much was the giraffe? How much did you sell the giraffe for?
So it comes up everywhere, and I swear to God, I was just sitting here looking. I'm like, I got it in a text someplace because I knew at some time somebody was asking us like, what did we sell that giraffe for? And I'm like, I know I asked somebody, but where did I put it? But so I can't remember like how many thousands of dollars the thing was, but I'll follow back up when I find out again what that was and exactly what we sold. But
that is a wild story, man, because it's like with the guests we've had on, these stories are amazing, but you hear so many door kicker type stories. There's no story I've heard really comparable to that. So that's kind of
cool. It's in Houston too. It's not like you're in South Africa, so you're just down in. I just imagine how much of that crazy shit actually still goes on in the U.S. Yeah, I bet. I mean, what do you think? I know we're getting long here, but
the stuff goes. I mean, it goes on, but I still think again. I mean, and again, we are trying to make some money, and it with all the guys that are, selling coffee and they're selling workout things and stuff like that. Look, you know what you know, and in some cases, you don't know what the hell you're doing. and so I still. I mean, I can't think of the amount of times when we're like in a hotel lobby or just having breakfast and we go back up to the rooms and people are like loading up guns, popping mags and stuff like that, stuffing it. I'm like, we're going into a hand surgeon's place, dude. It's like, yeah, but somebody could come in here. We got locked down and stuff. We got to do this around the perimeter. I'm like, dude, come on. I work for a consulting company. This is not what you do. You put on a tie and you put in your briefcase and you calm them down. You don't lock everything up and say, you guys got to check in before you leave and let me see your badge. I'm like, holy shit, what are we doing here? But
yeah, you can take
it was fun.
You could take, what is it? You could take the knuckle dragger out of Iraq, but you can't take Iraq out of the knuckle dragger, or vice versa, however it goes. I've seen that, bro. I've been on the side too, where I've been, because I've done EP work as well as doing the stuff.
Yeah.
And I have guys like that where I can't use that guy. There's no fucking way we can use him. He's going to want to go in with an M4 into CVS to get it. It's like, no, it is, guys. This they still want to live that. Oh, cool.
That's right. It's okay. I mean, Dave got it. Tim got it, but some of the other guys that we kind of brought along were like, oh, geez, what are we doing?
What are we doing? I know.
I mean, the guy's like, it'd be easier if we just killed him, or,
this definitely sounds like a movie.
Oh,
dude,
it probably
you
should. Could you put Clooney in there and Brad Pitt and just
I would watch it, man.